Welcome back to the channel. Here are the steps you need if you are interested in Navy Federal credit card pre-approval or just regular approval. Step number one, we are talking about the card selection. You want to zero in on the card that you want. See, the thing is, a lot of folks get denied when they apply for a Navy Fed credit card because they have no idea about the specific card that they need. Navy Fed has 4 or 5, give or take, credit cards, and you need to be clear about which one you want. Are you looking for cashback? If you are looking for cashback, then you want to look for the Cash Rewards credit card, okay? And this is a card that is really great because it not only gives you 1.75 to 2% cashback on all purchases, all of them, but you also have a low APR. So this is really good. So if you are looking for cashback and you are just trying to have a card for everyday spending, or you happen to have average to excellent credit, then the Cash Rewards credit card is for you. That's number one. Second thing is the Platinum. Are you interested, or do you want to do a balance transfer? If you want to do a balance transfer, then you want to go for the Platinum card because this is a card that allows you to actually minimize monthly payments. Okay, the card has a very low rate. You were speaking about 8.99% to 18%. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that you need to be very clear. You need to go after the specific card that's going to bring you most of the benefits. Because if you waste your time applying for a card that you have no qualification for, in other words, you're not eligible for the card, you are going to be denied either in regular approval or pre-approval. Okay, so Cash Rewards, you're looking for cash back, you want to go for the Cash Rewards credit card. If you are looking for Platinum, you want to go for, if you are looking for a balance transfer, then you want to go for the Platinum card. Now, let me say something about Platinum. The Platinum card is kind of cool. The APR is low, but Navy Fed wants you to have a more than average credit score. In other words, it is kind of difficult to qualify for this card if you have poor credit. So this is the only, I think, the extra condition that you need to have. Now, you can bypass this condition of creditworthiness if you have a great MPR with Navy Fed. In other words, you have been with them for a while. Let's say you've been with them for like 10 years and you have maintained good balances, good cash deposits in multiple accounts with them. So that will actually be a great advantage for you if you are trying to get the Platinum card. Now, you also have the Go Rewards credit card, right? Now, if you are, let's say you love dining out, you want to get points at restaurants, on gas, or on everything else, the Go Rewards credit card is actually great for you. Because with this card, you can actually earn a lot on the go, and the APR is kind of decent too. Okay, so you were looking at 11.99% to 18%. And again, going back to what I told you earlier, you have to know exactly which card you're going after. The more specific you are, the higher your chances of actually landing the approval, the regular approval, or the pre-approval that you seek. Okay, and the thing with this card, for example, I want you to sit down right now. If you spend a lot of cash, let's say your family spend a lot of cash at restaurants or on gas, you want to sit down and write down how much you spend on average at restaurants, on average on gas, and I want you to see right now whether or not it is worth it to go after this specific card, okay? Because you earn 3x points at restaurants, 2x points on gas. So if you have volume, if you spend a lot on those budget categories, what's going to happen here is that you're going to reap a lot of rewards, especially if you and your wife or your husband, for that matter, are you're co-using the card. The fourth credit card that you need to think about when we speak about Navy Fed is the Visa Signature Flagship Rewards. Now, this is a card that a lot of Navy Fed members do not quite understand. We have seen this in questions that our viewers send us, and we have seen this on Reddit and also on Facebook, in Facebook forums. The thing is that people think that this is actually a travel credit card. It is a travel credit card, but it is more than that. Okay, it is more than that because basically, you will earn $1 that you spend on travel with this card, but you will earn 2x points on everything else. And the everything else actually carries a lot of expense categories. Okay, this is a card that's like the premium card within Navy Fed because it has an annual fee, $49. Okay, it has a kind of decent APR, $12.99 to 18%. So the card is kind of quick. It's kind of great. So if you are interested in travel, or you're interested also in trying to maximize your rewards, go after this card. Okay. So for example, right now they have a promotional offer whereby you can earn 30K points, bonus points, when you spend $3,000. Okay. And this is kind of cool. Now, so very quickly, you need to have a clear idea of the specific card that you want. Now let's talk about the hacks. I promise you 3 simple hacks. Hack number 1, timing. Timing is really important. See, the thing is, if you are looking for a pre-approval or a regular approval, you got to really be clear about the timing. See, you can't just walk around and just apply for an NavyFed credit card in January, February, March. You can't do things randomly. Okay, it's very important. For example, if you apply around the holiday season, NavyFed tends to be very generous, and they tend to bless members with pre-approval offers shortly before or during the holiday season. I'm talking about somewhere September. So they actually start from September all the way through December. So the thing is, what you want to do here is that you just want to time yourself, okay? And the thing is, you want to make sure that your FICO score is kind of cool leading up to. I mean, your FICO score should be cool year long anyway. But particularly when we getting closer to the holiday season, you want to make sure that your financial particulars, your financial metrics are kind of good. I'm talking about your FICO score, your CUR, and your DTI. Okay, this is important. Now you can actually ask around the holiday season. You can ask NavyFed if they have a pre-approval offer for you. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't hurt. You can definitely ask. Okay, it's not a problem. And the thing here is that they might actually say yes, or they might say no. But at least your request will go into the system, because anytime you have a conversation with an NavyFed, a customer rep, he or she has to put whatever the conversation was about. He or she has to put that in the records, under your account. Okay, so the system will know that you are interested in a NavyFed credit card pre-approval. So timing number 1, holiday season. Timing number 2, if you have a big purchase coming up, okay, this is you can request a pre-approval if you have a very big expenditure coming up. The whole thing is you have to actually explain what the expenditure is about, how it's going to, affect your finances, because it's important, because once you actually get a credit card, it's actually an obligation, it's debt. So you have to think about, do you have the right DTI for it? Do you have the right CUR for it? Okay, so 2 timing hacks. When we talk about timing, holiday season, number 1. Number 2, when you have a big purchase coming up, you want to ask around that time. And when I'm talking about asking, it's either over the phone or at the branch. The third hack when it comes to timing is if you were promoted at work. See, the thing here is that if you got a promotion at work, this is a great time to apply. See, the thing is that everybody, you get promoted at work, you're happy, you go to happy hours, but you forget about your financials. You forget about updating actually your the systems, your credit card account, your loan accounts and whatnot. So what I want you to do right now, are you promoted? When was the last time you were promoted? Okay, I want you to right now, if you are interested in having NavyFed credit card pre-approval, or approval for that matter, regular approval, that is, you want to actually mention the promotion. Hopefully with the promotion will come a salary increase, right? Because that's what we talk about. We're not just, we're not sitting here just having a conversation about you being, you going from a junior accountant to a senior accountant with no uptick in your salary. So if you have a promotion at work, this is a great time to actually let NavyFed know, and this is not really, it's not complicated. It could be a quick phone call. Hey, listen, I just want to let y'all know I'm just making good cash right now. I'm banking. Okay, I got promoted. Here's my new title. I'm making money. Okay, and again, same thing. You just can go to the branch, or you can just pick up the phone and just have a conversation and just let them know. And hack number 4. We are still in the timing category. Hack number 4 under this category if you have an increase in income. So before I spoke about promotion, but sometimes you can have an increase in income without being promoted, right? I mean, you can have an uptick. I mean, there are some companies that will raise your salary every year just to kind of catch up with inflation and whatnot. Or, you could just, something can happen. Like let's say you got a bonus at work. In other words, you are still in your same position, but you got a bonus. So anytime you have an uptick, anytime you have an increase in your monetary, in your monetary status, in your compensation, you definitely want to actually let Navy Fed know. Again, this is really important because Navy Fed has a very powerful algorithm that always keeps track of your finances, and I'm talking about your obligation, your debts, but also your assets. And an increase in income will actually go in the asset category. So this is really important, okay? Four hacks under the timing category: holiday season, big purchase coming up, promotion at work, and increase in income. Now let's talk about the liquidity. The second hack, the second big hack you need to actually think about is the liquidity hack. Now, what is that? Well, the first thing is you want to basically have direct deposit into a Navy Fed account. Now, the thing is, anytime we say this, people say, well, you just keep repeating the same thing. Why should I have why should I set direct deposit into a Navy Fed? Well, it is important. If you are trying to get a credit card pre-approval or approval for that matter, you want to let Navy Fed know that you are having cash inflows and cash outflows. If you just have an account and you only having cash outflows, they're not seeing none of your cash. They got to see something. Okay, you want to establish a mutually beneficial relationship. This is what I'm talking about when I mention building a rapport. Okay, so when I'm asking you, I want you right now to go to your HR department if you haven't done so already, and you ask them to give you the form. There is a form you have to fill, and basically you just you have your Navy Fed account as one account into which your bi-weekly, your weekly, or your monthly compensation is going. And I'm not asking you to do a full transfer. You can do like 50%, 40%, 30%, even 10%. There has to be something. Come on, something. I want you to feed Navy Fed something. Give them some meat, some monetary meat, that is. Okay. So when you have direct deposit, wonderful things happen. You can actually show Navy Fed that you have a job because you are proving your employment, you're approving your pay frequency, and you're approving also your compensation level. And also the second hack under the liquidity category is positive net worth. You want to keep a positive net worth at all times, and you want to communicate that to an FCU. What I'm trying to say here is what? Understand me well. Understand me well. If you want to have a Navy Fed credit card pre-approval or regular approval for that matter, you want to constantly communicate with them. See, the thing is that a lot of members, they just, they only communicate with Navy Fed when they need their asses. In other words, they just need a loan. They need a credit card. Hey. Imagine you got a friend who is constantly just bothering you when they need you. They never call you like, hey, listen, what's up? What's really happening here? You got to communicate with Navy Fed when you don't need them. Hey, FYI, I'm making more money. FYI, I have a positive net worth. FYI, that's what really works. And again, I'm talking here standing or sitting on the shoulders of our team members who have more than 30 years dealing with Navy Fed. So don't you believe that the kind of advice I'm giving you is really basic? It's not. It works. Now, hack number 3, income. Income is very important, boss. Income is really important. So I promise you 3 hacks that will help you get pre-approval or a regular approval for your Navy Fed credit card, right? So the first one was timing. Second one was liquidity. Now, third one is income. Income is so quintessential, boss. You cannot believe. I mean, it's really crazy what you can do with income. The thing here is that you need to tally all sources of income. So when we talk about, let's say you are making 40 grand. You have a regular job, 9 to 5, you're making 40 grand. What I want you to do here is that I want you to really think about all of your sources of income. Do you have side gigs? Do you have passive income? Do you do something temporarily over the weekend? Do you do some some mentoring online, whatever? I want you to really look at your financial life and your husband's or wife's financial life and think about all of your sources of income. And this is something important because a lot of folks believe that, hey, listen, I just have a job and this is my only source of income. They only remember about their income when it comes time to paying taxes. What I want you to do is I want you right now to tally up your sources of income and include both active and passive. And what are you going to do? Well, you are going to update Navy Fed records. You are going to actually make sure that Navy Fed updates its records about you accordingly. And you have several ways of doing that. You can actually just go to the branch, which is our preferred method, but you can also go through the app. So the app will actually let you know what you have to do, just update your income. Or you can just pick up the phone again and just have a conversation. And in the convo, you just tell the rep, hey, listen, this is my income. Again, we are speaking about all sources of income. A lot of folks they actually make the mistake of thinking that when we speak about income, I'm only talking about my regular day job. No, you are making more money, boss. If you are making money from stocks, if you're making money from crypto, if you're making money from side gigs, from Uber Eats or whatever, you have to include all of that. Okay, so that your DTI, among other criteria, can be updated because Navy Fed is constantly monitoring your DTI and your CUR. And when we talk about income, please, if you are married, I want you to think dually. I want you to think twice, jointly. Very important. You want to include the household income to boost pre-approval odds. Okay, and we have seen a lot of couples really, and they just make the mistake of applying for an Navy Fed credit card applying for a credit card by themselves. Like the husband will just apply on his side, and the wife will do the same thing. No, this is just it's a bad strategy. Okay, if you are married and you have, it doesn't matter whether you have a joint account or a regular account or a separate account. You definitely want to apply jointly. This is going to boost your chances. Okay, Navy Fed will look at your net worth. Your net worth will be bigger. Okay, your income will be bigger. Your expenses will be smaller because you are actually you are jointly taking care of expenses. At least that's what I'm hoping for you guys. So this is really important. Okay, so you want to really do things jointly. And so what I'm talking about earlier, I was just talking to you about updating your records at Navy Fed. Make sure that you do this jointly. So big decision time, boss. Are you married? If you are married, are you filing taxes jointly? Number one. Number two, do you have joint accounts with your spouse? If you do, I want you to really apply for any Navy Fed credit card jointly. You want to co-use the card, okay? And here are some pro tips for you. When we talk about income, when you talk about updating your records, please make sure updating your records with Navy Fed. Please make sure again that the information on your tax return reconciles pretty well with the information that you sent to Navy Fed. Because what's going to happen here is that when you go to a branch, or let's say you go, or even over the phone, they might ask you to substantiate. Okay, they might ask you to prove that you are indeed making, let's say you are making 40 grand and you said, I'm making $65,000. Okay, prove it to me. So make sure that whatever you put on your tax returns, whatever is on your W-2s, whatever is on your 1099s, on your 1099Gs for government payments, 1099 INV for investments and whatnot, all the amounts on all different forms, they reconcile so that you are pretty sure, so that if Navy Fed were to double check your income, they are pretty sure that you are doing great. Thank you for your attention. So in today's conversation, I was quickly explaining to you 3 very wonderful Navy Fed credit card pre-approval hacks. So we have timing, we have liquidity, and we have income. But everything starts with picking the right card for you. Very important. I'll see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.